Okay, I'm back in Yuma. This vacant lot here should have a privy on it because I'm working off a 1921 map, and they did still use outhouses in 1921 over here. Well, I got it probed out to a only 14-inch square, but look what just showed up. It doesn't seem very good actually. It's just super lightweight, like sheet metal kind of jewelry. Well, there's a lot of rocks and bricks and even asphalt pieces down in here, which isn't very good to see asphalt buried in a privy. But I'm hoping it's because people have been driving down the alley, cutting around this curve, and a lot of people drove over it and it smashed it down about 15 inches, and then somebody came in there and filled it with a bunch of rocks and debris. But it's making it really difficult for me to dig it because I got to pry out each one of them one at a time. It's making it take an extra hour to dig this hole. Okay, I'm down over 3 feet now. I just pulled the first piece of a bottle out. Don't know what it is yet. Hoping it's a milk bottle at least. Okay, it's some kind of a mason jar. It's a Kerr self-seal. Wow, look at that rainbow stain showing up on it. And the embossing is very weak. It must be a really early Kerr jar from about 1922 maybe. But I also found a couple keys. They don't look all that old, maybe 30s or early 40s. Okay, I'm down almost 4 feet now. I'm not enjoying this at all. Got some big brick-like thing way down there. Plus a giant piece of cement going all the way up to here. Why would that be at the 2 to 3.5 foot level? And how will I ever get it out of there? It's probably going to weigh over 110 pounds. Okay, I just popped out this bottle. Oh no, screw top down that deep. And with all this junk in the way, I think I should just quit with this one. I'll scratch it out a little bit more, but I'm not going to be able to dig it with that giant cement thing in there. Well, at least the stuff's got good stain on it. But there's another bottle showing up. It's a screw top, but you know, some of those do go back to 1904. I don't think this neighborhood even had anything that old though. But it looks like it's probably a catch-up, and since it's only the top inch sticking out, I'd have to tunnel another 10 inches through this really hard dirt to get it. I'm just going to leave it right there. Okay, I've got another hole going. It seems like a trash pit. It's not very old though. This stuff looks like early 40s maybe. I just pried this one out. That could be from the 30s. But I'm almost finished already and it's very sparse. Oh boy, I found a Vicks Vapor Rub. There's only 100 million of these known to exist. Okay, I got something showing up over here. Can't get it out yet. Must be a really big one. Well, it turned out to be an Art Deco syrup bottle. It's got these interesting edges on it. And with that neat stain, I could probably get $4 at least. But I kind of put a scratch on it right there. But still, I think I'll bring it home with me. Okay, I got a spoon coming out. That's so... Okay, another border inspection station. Hopefully they're not going to give me a hard time like they do so many people.
How are you today?
Pretty good.
Okay, thank you.
Today's adventure brings us to Phoenix, Arizona. I've dug here in Arizona extensively for many years, but I really never worked on Phoenix much because so many other people have. So maybe now is the time, since nobody's really been digging around here in the last 10 years. think I'll try this lot. It feels like a hole over there, but it's feeling already dug to me. But I didn't give up yet. I probed right here and I do feel glass for sure. Thought I had a broken soda, but it's just one of these tricky little Pluto waters that looks like a soda. Don't know for sure what year that is. Definitely the 20s, I'd have to say. Could be 1918 or 1919. I didn't think Phoenix would curse me with 1940s, but it seems like it's happening. Well, it could be from the late 30s, but that's probably from the mid-30s. It's not a pre-prohibitional. Although this thing right here is super old. I'm sure they kept that around for 35 years before it broke. There's a screw top, food products, so I don't know. It's not looking too good, but at least there's milk bottle potential. Okay, got something that looks kind of old. Nope, it's one of those generic 1930s bottles that could have been beer, could have been soda of 1,000 different brands, could have been a Pepsi Cola even. Pepsi used this kind of stuff in the late 30s. Just because of the nice stain on it, I'm going to keep it. Dark brown shows up stained pretty nicely, so I could probably get $4 for that. Well, I'm about finished with this. I guess it's just a trash pit from the 30s. At least the bottles are nicely stained. That's what I call a positive stain. Where the bottles that are common are actually more valuable if they have this patina on them. So even though they're common ones, I'm still going to bring them home and get a few dollars out of them. Okay, got that one filled in, and just 15 inches over I have another one. I already found this. That looks very old. Looks like about 1907. The 1912 map shows this as still being vacant, so I'm kind of confused. The hole doesn't feel that good when I probe it. Feels like it might be dug already. But I am going to dig down there and see if I can find any kind of a layer to indicate that it hasn't been dug yet. Okay, I got one showing up at the almost 2-foot level. If it's worth anything, then we'll know it hasn't been dug yet. Of course, it's just a slick beer. I don't know, is it machine made? It's hard to tell. I want to say it's from 1917 or something like that. I'm thinking this hole is actually connected to that hole. This hole's seeming deeper because there's not a piece of metal covering the whole bottom like there was on this side. I don't know, it feels really weird. It doesn't feel good at all. I think it is dug already. My strategy to dig in the late side of town is not paying off like it usually does. Somebody actually dug here 25 or 30 years ago, it looks like. Today's adventure brings us to Florence, Arizona. I've dug this town extensively, but that was 25 to 28 years ago. This is 1 yard. I dug behind here. This house is the second oldest structure in the town. It's from 1867. I spent an entire week of my life in this guy's backyard because he had so many places to dig. It's February 29th, and it's still so hot I have to quit already. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning, and it already feels like it's 87 degrees. I think I'm going to give up. I must be getting too old for this.